the executive session, maybe I gotta wait, but was that last comment supposed to be moved out of the executive session and what time? Instead of saying again that we made a motion to enter?
We're just gonna say the same thing.
Okay, so we'll discuss that, I guess. And it is 8:31 and we're all here, so I will call this meeting to order. And if you're still looking over minutes, go ahead and finish that up real quick, since we just got them last night, but we need to make sure everybody has had a chance to look through them real quick before we move on that. Oh, that's where it is. It's on the back side of this sheet. Okay. Okay, just let me know when everybody's done.
It's way too quiet in here.
It is.
Way.
And it's so big, I just feel like.
Imagine being in my world and there's usually 3 different audio sources going all the time, so.
Yeah, you're used to constant noise.
Yeah, it's all right.
That would be way sensory overload for me. I think we're all here, so we don't need to do roll call. Introduction of guests. Terry Border. And Anna LeVay.
Anna LeVay.
Steve Lytle.
Steve Lytle. And I think that's it for guests, so, approval of director.
This was one on the minutes that we had that we needed to, put on the agenda for last month. That just that you guys wanted to make a motion to approve the new director.
Oh, okay,
So that's why.
we'll make it, I will second that,
We approve.
yes. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, the motion is approved.
Now it's official.
Welcome, yeah. We did that last month, but welcome again. Okay, next up on the agenda is the approval of the February minutes. And we'll just flip to that back page real quick. Do you have when we went out of?
Well, the time was still 9:27, it's just a word that needs replaced. And where it says Jesse made a motion to enter exec, that should be exit. Well, actually, exit at 9:27.
Right, we need to change the time and that, yep.
So,
And, okay, yep, the rest of it's okay, 9:27.
so that line should read, Jesse made a motion to exit
Yep.
executive session at 9:27.
Yep, everything else looks okay to me, does anybody else have any
Do we need to correct
comments or?
Chris's name? I mean, do we wanna start calling you Christ?
I've been called everything, trust me.
Maybe never Christ before, but.
Being a different,
Yeah.
being a different tone.
I think-
in the one place.
I
I
apparently,
don't think that's, now we're picking.
yeah,
Yeah,
Let's
that was,
But no, thank you though.
don't worry about it.
Made me feel good for a brief second.
Just watch you walk on water.
That's right. Dad, I cannot.
yeah, or probably the rest
Nor
of it
run
that he
for
did.
Nor run for president, so anyway.
Okay, so if there is no other discussion, I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes from the February 3rd meeting.
I move we approve the minutes with those 3 changes.
Yes.
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Okay, so now we are on to the report from Steve on the Omaha Boat Show.
Okay, Sarah asked me to come in to give a report. And the Omaha Boat Show was February 19th through the 22nd. And on Thursday, we had a bad snowstorm, so nobody showed up. We left early. It was bad. They had like 18 inches of snow.
Yeah.
And then Friday, the show was from noon to 9, and it was packed from 1 to about 7 wall-to-wall people. And I can't tell you how many times. I'm guessing over 150, 200,000 people came to the show.
Wow.
All 4 days. And then on Saturday, the show went from 9 to 9, and I was the guest speaker for the Game Park Mission radio show with Greg Wagner. And we talked about the Southwest Nebraska Reservoir, McCook. We talked for about 15 minutes, so it was a good show. And then during the show, we probably had it was wall-to-wall people, probably from 11 o'clock till 5 o'clock. But at the same time, we had the state wrestling tournament going on in Omaha.
Mhm.
So we had all those people coming over on Thursday, well, Friday, Saturday. And then Sunday, the show was from 10 to 4. And it was a little slower, but it was pretty busy between 11 and about 3, and then slow down about 4 o'clock. That's when the show closed. And I believe we had over 150 vendors. There were people from all over the world. There were a bunch of campers, RVs, different types of boats. We even had, Game Parking had, they had archery shooting for the kids with bow and arrow. They also had a big trout pond for the kids to catch trout.
That's cool.
It was really, really nice.
Yeah.
And what else there? It had a lot of different people from, like I said, from Canada, Africa. Right across from me, it was people from Africa promoting Africa.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I'm trying to think there. Like I said, my wife, she was with me. She helped me out, and every hour she'd take a lap, get her exercise. She walked over a mile, just walking around the building, give you an idea how big it is.
Wow.
So, but the show went well, and I've been doing this for the last 35, 40 years, helping out, doing the sports show. Anybody have any questions? I can try to answer them.
How do you feel like it went compared to previous years?
Except for the snowstorm, it's about the same year after year. And when we had that state wrestling the last 2 years, it brought more people in. If it's cool out where people can't do things outside, it draw more people to the show. If it's nice, might get less people. Yeah, it varied year to year. And I think I read somewhere they had close to 150, 200,000 people came in the show.
And you took brochures.
Yes, I have my own brochure, promote the Southwest Nebraska area lakes. I had a lot of people stop by and ask about the lodging, the lakes, sightseeing, what you do, talk about the golf course, the museum, whatever they need. I also have from the chamber, they gave me the Common Buffalo brochure, and had a lot of people grab that. Those are the main ones. I don't know if you have the picture. That's this you.
Yep.
And you'll see the booth on one side. I had my advertisement, Southwest Nebraska Reservoir, McCook, and all. And then on the other side, I had the chamber or the Buffalo Common.
So all the brochures that we have.
Yeah, all the brochure.
And exploring.
We had a lot of people stop by. They walk by and they go, "Where is McCook, Nebraska? What's in McCook, Nebraska?" So I explained to them, and they said, "We didn't know there was lakes down there," or they want to know about the hunting, fishing, the lodging. I talked about all the lodging. they, I think the number one question they had was how big was McCook, Weston McCook?
Mhm.
And I tried talking to them about that, so, I told them any information to go to the chamber to get more information about McCook, all the lodging and everything, and what all the activity going on.
Yeah, that would be that Visit McCook.
Yes, that helped McCook. I brought, over the years, I brought a lot of people in McCook from all over, especially back east from Omaha, Lincoln and all that, but, with my business, I had a lot of people stop by and they said, I heard your name, you were in national magazine. I said, yeah, I've been in a lot of national magazine on TV. When Larry Porter was alive, he was a writer for Omaha, War Herald. He did an article every year about my fishing in the southwest Nebraska. And he passed away, they no longer do that. But the last 2 years, I've been in a couple of national magazines like In Fisherman, talked about the hotspot in this area, so that brings me from all over the world. I had people from Japan, Germany, Holland, Mexico, Canada. It's amazing the number of people I get from all over the world.
And do you have any idea number-wise, like how many people you would get, like,
Per year.
from going to that show?
It depends. I mean, I probably book up maybe 15, 20 people to bring them in the area or more. And then I had a lot of people, they asked about how far Denver to McCook to Omaha, and I said it's about halfway, so a lot of them come and meet in McCook.
Mhm.
So that helped out a lot too.
Mhm.
But, I couldn't tell you exactly how many. I mean, I probably had 200-300 or more people stop the booth. That gives you an idea.
Mhm.
Just visit.
Okay.
A lot of people walk by and look. Not a lot of people don't say anything, they just grab the brochure and the business card.
Right. Anybody else have any questions?
It's quite a show, it's worth seeing. If you ever get in Omaha, I'd highly recommend it.
Nice.
Thank you, Steve.
Have anybody been to Omaha for a show?
No, I went
Okay.
to the Denver one years and years ago.
Yeah.
So it'd be similar, but,
Yeah, similar, yeah. Yeah, we used to, go to Denver Sports Show, but, Carol cut that out here the last, I don't know how long ago. I used to do both Denver and Omaha, and now we just do strictly Omaha. Maybe it's the budget, I don't know what it is. I know it comes from the lodging tax, what I heard, if that's true or not.
yeah,
Wait.
lodging tax is where this would have come from
Yes,
for
yeah,
this
that's what I
booth.
heard.
Yeah.
And some of the vendors that was there was like, Valentine was there, promote Valentine area, the lake, Burwell up by Calumet, and the rodeo. Ogallala is really popular. They promote the lakes in the town of Ogallala, so those are some of the booths within my area, just so give you an idea from Nebraska.
Right.
And then you have people from all over Canada, Kansas, a lot of them down like Missouri, Table Rock, Branch Oak, they were there. I'm not Branch Oak, Table Rock and Truman and all those lakes.
Was there there's a admittance fee to the show?
Yes, yeah, they charge, I can't remember, is it $15 for adult? I can't remember what it is. And then kids under a certain age are free.
Did you see anything that other people or other groups or businesses were doing with their booths that you thought was attractive and really was drawing people in?
A lot of people have, same what we have, the pull-up banner, and then, some people have, well, most, like I said, everybody's pretty well similar. They have a lot of brochure, talking about the area, then the booth show the background where they're from. Give you an idea, Every booth is different, it's hard to explain, I mean.
Right.
And we try to keep it simple, we don't wanna take a whole bunch of stuff in, and you have to haul it out to the vehicle. It's just enough to attract, people. I had my Southwest Nebraska red board you see on that picture there. And then we had the Buffalo Common banner, and that's what attracts the people. If you can see it on the picture there,
Is that a map of Nebraska on the table?
Yeah,
Is there-
that, you see the background, and you'll see the man, and then the table on one side is the Buffalo Common, and then the other side, the brochure, and then my side is the,
Does this map point out where exactly McCook and Red Willow County is? Or is it just a map?
there's a map on the table.
Right, that's what
Yeah,
I'm
right on
asking
the
about.
table, I have a map, a Nebraska map, and we highlight that area
Okay.
to show the area, like McCook, Nebraska. And that's where a lot of people walk, walk by, they go, where's
So
McCook?
they can
Southwest.
They can look at that map.
Yes, and
see
they
visually
come
where
over, we
exactly
show
it
them the map, and they said, we never been that region, so that'd be another trip for us to travel to in Nebraska, to have been in our region. They can North Platte or Lake McConaughey, so we got all these reservoir down here, and the golf course, and the museum, the air base, they can come and see it.
Well, we have to hop on the Zoom, so you're more than welcome to stay. Thank you for coming.
Okay,
Yeah,
Thank you.
I wouldn't mind
Appreciate
staying,
it. Yeah.
if you would, okay.
Yeah,
Just
go for it.
interesting on that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you for inviting me.
Yes,
Thanks for
coming.
coming.
Representing our area.
Yes.
It's not a drum. Look like Vanna White up there, you're turning.
See if I.
Very big touch screen there.
Hi, Dave and Ally, can you hear us? Oh, you're muted.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, for some reason, we can't get our video to work. So yeah.
No problem.
We're gonna let you go ahead and, start. This morning, we have, the tourism board. So we have all 5 members here, and then we have a county commissioner here too, and then we have a few guests. So we'll let you kind of start off.
Great. Well, thanks for having us. Nice to hear you. So we'll show what we have. And originally this was built for the city of McCook. And as you know, they asked us to think kind of broader about it and to include the county itself. And so this was built with a structured system to allow for expansion and inclusion. So we'll go through this presentation very quickly, and at the end we'll show how it can expand to the community itself. And we'll speak to it as we go through the presentation as if it's for the county as well, how that could work. And so, but visually you'll still say McCook, but at the end we'll show how Red Willow County can be a part of all that. Okay, let's see. Ooh. Oh, it says sharing is not turned on. Is there any way to update that?
I might have to go get the IT person
Okay.
and see what the heck is.
That must be Amanda.
Well, she's not here this morning. Let's go
Oh.
see if Charlie's in.
I'm gonna see if I can pull it up on my screen back here.
Okay.
And see if we can present my background. Give me just a minute.
Morning, Charlie.
I feel like I need Amanda to do the IT here too.
It's just not letting you share your screen, Dave.
Yeah, it's not letting me share the screen, so I was gonna try to project it onto the display here and then have it be in the background.
Okay, yeah, I think it's just a matter of giving you permission. Yeah, I'm not sure. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not sure why I can't. I think it's just a permission thing.
It's logged in there. So let's go this way.
I do not know anything about Zoom. What's the start video? Is that anything to do with the start video? Does it have anything to do with it?
There you go.
Okay.
On your host. Click on this share here. Should just be able to get it from the share.
Actually, let's do this, and then let's do this. Participants. Dave, try sharing your screen now and see.
Is it still there?
You're,
Just
yep.
Just go to his.
Oh, it works. Okay.
Part of it.
Okay, hold on a second.
Isn't technology grand?
Right.
There are so many times when I'd rather just go back to the phone on the wall.
And a really
And
long
walk
cord.
away from it.
And a really long cord.
And a really long cord. Yeah, so you have some privacy in the closet.
Does that work? Can you see that?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. We're doing it. Okay, we'll make this quick. Okay. So again, this was originally built for McCook, but we'll talk about how it can expand outwards, and at the end we'll show how visually that'll work. And so feel free to stop me at any moment as we go through this. But essentially, there are four key pillars widely recognized as contributing to the livability and prosperity of a region. And those are community, healthcare, art and education, and recreation. And that was something that was found in McCook and the surrounding areas. And we had talked about it being found here. Right, every time we asked, and looking at the input from the surveys and the listening sessions, people always talked about these 4 pillars being in this region. And the parks and the pools. I mean, and me being a skateboarder, I've heard for years and have gotten to skateboard there, but McCook has one of the best skate parks in Nebraska. And it was designed and built by this legendary skate park builder that is, it's widely talked about throughout the country. So all these 4 things can be found here, because here community connects, here health happens, here art awakens, and here recreation restores. And as you know, a region is only as good as the people in it, and a brand itself is only as good as how the people can use it. If it's just one overarching thing of some brand just talking about themselves, that's okay, but the best brands get other people talking about it and take ownership in it. And so this tagline is adoptable for anyone to be able to use. And so the tagline is here. And then people can fill in the blanks, right? Here we choose community. Here you'll find year-round activities at Kiplinger Arena. Different businesses can adopt it and say, here you'll find a James Brewer award-winning menu item. And so real quick, looking at the logo mark itself, this is what we want the region to start associating with. It's kind of like an X marks the spot for here. We want to pinpoint and showcase a great part of Nebraska. And we can use the different cities in there. But there's 4 parts of this that represent all these 4 pillars. Right on top is community. It's always on top no matter what may be surrounding us. Healthcare requires inner reflection to take care of oneself. Arts and education elevates us all. And recreation keeps us active and moving forward. And then we designed it in a way that it's structured, but still has this human element to it, where it's not perfect. And there's this real warmth that happens in that is in that community. And it's kind of also a little callback to the railroad. I won't geek out too much about the fonts and things like that, but every single design detail has reasoning for it. And the colors themselves have this kind of traditional sort of Americana feel, but it's a little bit brighter and modern and looking towards the future. And those reds are taken directly from samples of the red dogwood shrubs that grow along the banks of the Red Willow Creek. And the skies, the blues all are sampled from the skies, from photos from there. The grays, just kind of the blacks and whites and grays are all sampled from old trains. Golden wheat is a nod to the agriculture in the area. And so all this together works as one. And so this is kind of how all those are the identifiers, and we think they can expand for the county itself. And we'll go through this really quick, and then we'll show how it works with the county. But just kind of seeing how people will come across it, perhaps online, or using that tagline to pull people off the interstate and want to come and visit the different areas. Right? These are lines that would get me to, I think, get all of us to get curious and want to go check it out. And we play off of that here, like the here and now, and get events in the area. Here and there, what to do in the area. Different rack cards that can be found throughout the state. And when you get to the website, again, we break it down to those 4 pillars. So it really drives home the point that these 4 pillars are all here in this area. And you can sign up for emails. And again, they're structured in those 4 pillars. And so you can see exactly like, oh, I'm interested in some community events, or I really want to get more involved with my health. So we explored different ways that we could showcase the brand throughout as you drive through, and it starts to really feel like a cohesive space. And perhaps there's a flag that the region could use as a whole. And then as you're walking down the downtown or through different local establishments, you'll see the things that they are known for. And you know, when a chef comes out, for example, and says like, "This is my signature dish," or "This is what this shop is known for. They have the best candles." Whatever it might be, when you walk by and that's the thing that you're interested in, it's a little bit more. It's a little bit. The story behind it, it's so much better and kind of brings you in rather than just like trying to guess at what's great here. We have different points of interest to showcase the really cool things throughout the area. We can incorporate this look as well into existing things that are already throughout the different cities. And have murals that could potentially tie the different cities together as one big region. Have people take photos in front of them. We could have postcards for the region playing off the "here," "wish you were here," "I was here." We talked about having these in gas stations and having them for free, and then be able to fill them out and put them in a box, and then each week have them shipped out. And so the thought of having different contests perhaps online when people post about where they've been in this region, and we look through it, and every month or every quarter, whatever it might be, pick out a winner and then send them merchandise from the region itself, just to get them even more excited. And the whole idea is all of these, the before, during, after, within that are these 8 psychological steps that get people to become advocates and create this word of mouth. And so yeah, some of it is advertising, but a lot of it is that experience to then get them to do the advertising for us because they were so excited and so happy about the time that they invested with being in this area. And so Instagram stickers, things like this, where they can start to adopt it and use it themselves and post about what they're up to. Having merchandise that they could purchase in the different cities or the region to represent it. Having stickers, and then an event to celebrate it as we launch in the region. So that was a quick fire hose of things, and I'm going to show real quick how we think it could work with the region itself. So originally up top, that is kind of the very basics of the structure. There's more to the brand itself, of course, but it's built in this system that's able to be adoptable. And so perhaps as the city of McCook, it could be Willow County, and we start thinking as a region. We could include the different cities within there, because that whole region as a whole, the region as a whole still has a community, healthcare, art, and education, and recreation. And we can still use here in McCook, here in Danbury, here in Willow County, and anyone, individuals and businesses and organizations can use that tagline here and kind of have that mark that space of that area of Nebraska.
Awesome. Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, thank you. Any questions or concerns, anything we could go over?
I have just a question if I can ask. A lot of time with branding, like it's trademarked as far as you're saying other businesses can use it. When it comes to postcards and apparel and different things, where does the money go? Like if I decided to do a t-shirt, is that something that just the city can do? Just those participating? But if you open it up to Lucy's having their own t-shirt with the symbol, do they then pay royalties to the city? How does that work?
Yeah, good question. The way we've done it in the past, so Omaha, we don't coast that, it was trademarked, but anyone could use it. We had it was trademarked because we wanted to protect it in case people said, we don't coast, we tear down buildings, for example. That was made once, and it actually led to great conversations, and an old building was saved. But we had that trademark just so people couldn't make negative statements.
And there is,
found out that
Sorry, Dave, there is a group, there's a core group, that meets on a monthly basis. Elizabeth said in the last couple, there'll be a branding guide that they will have available, so a lot of those questions.
Will
can
be answered
asked.
within that?
Yes,
Okay.
yep, so if that helps, Dave, at
Okay.
the chamber, annual banquet, we'll really go into it, and it's open not to just chamber members, it's open to everyone.
Okay.
But that is kind of the launching, this is just something that the community, it's already been approved, with other entities. We just wanted to make sure that if it's something that tourism, cause we were discussing a new logo, that it's already been paid for, it's already been designed. And Dave, how many years have you been working on this project?
What is it? Has it been 3 years, Allie?
So it's been 3 years that they've brought us different ideas, and this is really, one that really fits the area. And it doesn't hone in on just Buffalo Commons, and it's all the pillars.
But it's something that, it's a connection with the creative district, EDC, the hospital, and McCook on the Move group.
Yep.
Is how this all kind of started, to get to where we're at today. I don't know if anybody knew that.
Well, nothing. Okay.
So, yeah. And it also fits in, after going to the tourism conference, Nebraska has a new, slogan and icon or logo, and it's Nebraska All Heart. And so this really fits in with the state tourism, what's going on there too.
Nice.
So,
I like it.
So for us as a group, it could focus just mainly on the art and recreation that would draw people here. I mean, I can't see somebody coming here to visit because we have a good hospital. I mean, you know,
No, but it
part,
connects.
yes. But our part could just focus mainly on getting out. I mean, the core of the Red Willow one could focus more.
Here we have fishing, here we have
Right.
hunting, here we
The stuff that
The
actually would
creative
draw
art
people
district,
into
yep.
the area. And then they can
Museums.
look at all of that other stuff once they're in there, but that's not gonna be really the draw when they're looking for a vacation spot.
The ultimate goal for, people who are visiting is to try to get them to want to live here. So when they come, they visit, they experience life in McCook and in the area, they want to move here. And that is part of this whole, logo and brand, is just kind of, you wanna know what the resources are we have, this is where you're gonna find it. And the other thing that the group has really focused on, one of our goals, or one of your goals that you set last meeting, was to be cohesive. And so this will tie in all of the websites, the chamber, the EDC, the city, the
Everything.
county is all, it's all housed here.
One clear
Visit-
message.
Yep, visit McCook, so everything would be on the tourism website, it's not gonna split everything, it can be everything, we can, the Indianola Historical Society, everything is included on the Visit McCook site. So it's not just certain things, so it's that go-to, if you're looking to come to the area, this is what you're gonna find for our area. The lakes, I mean, everything will be on there, and it'll just be, everything will be connected, so.
And each individual town can put all of their own stuff on and,
Well, they can't put it on, but they can send
Right,
it in
okay.
to have,
Link
yes.
it.
right.
And that will be what we're working towards too, is to have the website posted here locally. That way this response is a lot quicker, and we can have a little bit more control over what's going on the website
For
as
our
well.
local businesses.
Yes,
So I kind of have a question, comment about the logo. So the heart and three arrows, the logo for McCook. One thing we've talked about is we don't want to be just McCook. We want to be, you know, the whole entire county. So just kind of my thought is if it would be a thought to redesign the logo utilizing the same type of idea and the same type of elements, but changing it just a little bit so it's unique to Red Willow County. So that way all the towns don't feel like they're
See, the opposite of what we wanna do, now yours is different, and yours is different, and yours is different. It's somewhat the same, but it's different. You're trying to brand the neck of the woods that we all live in, is how I look at it.
That bottom line, you could put Danbury, you could put Lebanon.
Yeah,
So you could still tie it all in and it just be it would just be one umbrella.
It's gonna get
For
more
the whole area.
traction as a whole than you dividing it and having it for Indianola
So you're
or Bartley.
recommending all of the towns utilize that same logo with the heart and the,
It would be great if they did. I mean, look at it right here, I mean, behind me, but whether it says City of McCook or it says Red Willow County and that's the logo, does that not say we're doing the same thing? Does
Absolutely.
that not say we're coordinating?
But if you do here in Bartley.
Yeah.
Bartley Days or whatever, and then here in, you know.
You could have Indianola and then the date.
Yeah.
When I go to Denver, I'm actually going to Parker, Littleton, Lakewood.
Yeah.
I just say I'm going to Denver.
so as far as like, you know, copyright issues and whatnot, all those towns could utilize the same logo and there's not gonna be any pushback from rights to the.
That's part of
logo
that
art.
branding kit. Dave and Ally are working on putting out what kind of font it is, the color code, how to use the brand. It will all be in, this branding kit.
Yeah, there's
that we
rules to it,
Yeah.
it's not just willy-nilly, but yeah.
And our website would say Red Willow County.
And there is a lot of money been invested in this, a lot of money.
Already.
A lot of money. And because they did all their research and they've already done those interviews that you got to see today. I mean, you're getting to hear stuff that's already happened 2 or 3 years ago and people, how they feel about our area. And it wasn't just McCook people, as I understand it, it was more,
So for those of us new to the board, I mean, we're catching the tail end of this, and it's not in the design phase anymore. But what I'm catching is this is what
It's new.
It's a presentation to help us understand.
it is a presentation for this, because there's other sources, I mean, it's not a tourism doesn't get any credit for this at all.
Right.
There's major big players in this, and again, maybe if I miss somebody, Sarah, you know, explain to them who all is, you know, there's a,
The Community Foundation, EDC, the McCook on the Move group, which is huge. I mean, they are kind of a silent, it's this group of people, but they really get everyone together in a room. So part of that is the hospital. The hospital breaks out into those pillars, like the economic pillar, we have the family pillar. Tri-Valley comes in and discusses transportation. So it's just this neck of the woods that we all work together. And I really like the Red Willow County because you can say here in Red Willow County, you find, and Dave can adapt that. And like, I'm sure it would be no issue to make the logo with Indianola in the date or Danbury in the date too. Because I think that would, like we said, just be cohesive. It would get everything on the same page. So like when Steve took that logo with Red Willow County, every time they would see that in our area, they would know we're all tied together. And so I think that's what we need, not just a logo that says McCook, like we have the Buffalo Commons, but a logo for the whole entire area in the county.
We want it to be broad, we want it to represent, because we are different from the chamber and we need to, because that's one thing I'm getting a lot from people around town is, why is the chamber running the Visitors Bureau now? And we have to be very specific that it's not.
Yeah.
It's 2 separate jobs. One hat has to be taken off, the other one has to be put on, and so I guess that's just something we need to also talk about. But, you know, Red Willow County and gearing more towards the things that are gonna draw people in for the tourism would be our part, but it definitely could all work together.
has to, it
Yeah.
absolutely has to.
I mean,
The resources.
There's no sense in spending all the money to do all these different things
There's
when
no way
you
you
can
can do
work
it,
together.
it's no different than Indianola, it all has to be all of us together, you can't talk about one event without all of us being together, because it's just, you gotta have to send the same constant message all the way through to get people to come here. And then when you get them here, you have to stand out above the next person, and that's just how it goes. I mean, but the fact that you could be a part of this, and the county can be a part of this, is a big deal, big deal.
And I think that when we get all of this, when we get the branding kit, we're gonna need to do some outreach to each of these towns and
Yeah.
give them this information, say, this is
Yes.
what we're using, this is the direction we're going, here's the
How it
logo,
can work for
here's
you.
the hex codes for all of these colors that we're using, and really do our outreach and really encourage all the towns participate in this and not just do it and expect them to follow along, but really invite them to be part of it.
That's a really great idea. We need to get invites to everyone.
I think so,
For the
have them
launch
come
party.
in and yes, yep,
We need to get them here.
show them how it could work for them.
I can already see like a billboard up at the lake here, you'll find in Red Willow County, or, and then just, or a flag with the, logo on it out at the lake too, so then again, they're seeing it. The more that they see the logo, the more that repetition is about our area too. So, and like I said, it just ties in with the state tourism and what they're doing as well. With the heart around NE and Nebraska All Heart, and we have the heart up at the top. And the crazy thing is, we've already had our logo way before the state
That's right.
tourism, so,
That's right.
yeah, yep. But I mean, if, look at the top with the community, Indianola, Bartley, Danbury, Lebanon, they can all use the same thing with here you find community. I just went to Indianola for coffee this morning, so it's all one, we have to be able to support our area. And I think being cohesive will get that picture out that we are all united in this area, so I think it would be a good message.
Do we need any action from this?
We would just have to approve that we want to use, this logo, the Red Willow County. And then I can have, Dave start working on new rack cards. And that would just be front and back with the color scheme. And, it would have real simple, the QR codes for the website, QR code for the app, and a QR code for the, walking tour is what we've had in the past, just to keep it real simple. Because we need to update all of those wrap cards.
I make a motion, we move forward.
Second.
Well, would that include for you guys also kind of dropping the Buffalo Commons
Yes.
logo?
It would
Yes.
replace, yep.
Okay, are we okay with that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Now, who's gonna move, I mean, how are we gonna decide what it's gonna include on those rat cards? We'll discuss that later, that's not what we're agreeing to right now.
Dave will work on a mock-up for us, so then next, month or even via email, we'll send that out for approval. That way we can get those printed sooner rather than later.
I wonder if we should also do mock-ups of putting every single town into that logo and get to the year, so that way when we do have a big meeting and invite all the towns, we can have it all ready to go for them, say, here, we have this, and
This is what it
please
looks
use
like.
it.
Yep, with our focus being more on the tourism type draws to this area.
And just for discussion purposes, this is already paid for, we're not committing additional dollars at this point.
Right.
The only
know.
thing
Yeah.
that we would have to pay for the
Rack
wrap cards, and, we'll also use this, just, no words, just the logo on the app. So it would replace the picture on the app now, and it would just be that logo, no words, except for what the app is called, Explore McCook, and it would have that logo on it, so.
So if they click on that, when you say Explore McCook, is it gonna say Red Willow County then?
That's what our app is already called,
Okay.
and so that's what, we're going on over a year now
Okay.
of the app, and so, I could reach out to the app designers with the software, but the other thing is, we already have so much stuff out there already that says Explore McCook. We have Indianola added onto the app, so, we could put,
Area,
yeah,
at least?
yep, or I'll talk to the app.
Well, I don't know why
designers
you
and
couldn't,
see.
if it's the same logo and it doesn't really say anything else, it doesn't really matter if it doesn't say anything else.
No, it would just
If
be
it
the logo.
says McCook, then I think from this group standpoint, it probably needs to say Red Willow
Yes,
County.
I agree.
And I don't think I would say area, I would say Red Willow County, but the logo's the same, so they click on it, and then they all get to one thing or the other. So in other words, if I go to the McCook one, I can get to Red Willow County, if I go to Red Willow County, I can get to McCook.
So how it got started as Explore McCook is when I went to the tour, a conference in Holdridge for chamber directors, Holdridge had an app, and so there was a lot of talk, but nobody was moving forward, and so I just went for it. I created the app, and as the chamber director, I'm for the
Right.
businesses in this area and
Right.
for my chamber members, so that's how it came across as Explore McCook.
Right.
At the time, Carol didn't have much input because she didn't want to. And so, I can see about switching it to Red Willow County, not a big deal.
Let's do that if you would.
Yep.
Just,
At least explore what your options.
yes.
Yep.
I'm
That
cool
way
with
we-
exploring that, but I'm not, I don't have a problem with the app still being, Explore McCook as an ambassador for Red Willow County.
Absolutely.
And
If it all
Southwest
comes down
Nebraska.
to it And it's on there, it doesn't
Yeah.
really matter.
Yeah.
The other-
As long as they can see Red Willow
Content.
County once they click on that.
The other thing is, putting on the chamber hat, the chamber does pay for half of the app.
Right.
So if tourism wanted to pay for the entire app, yes, but as a chamber.
Well, that was
director-
why I thought McCook and area, or something, so that you still get your half, but, I mean, with our half, it also needs to have that broader recognition.
And I would be okay from the
Yeah.
chamber standpoint, just giving it all to the tourism. It was, like, I'm the administrator, Elizabeth has been on it, I showed her how to use it, I'm okay with it.
I don't think we need to complicate it. I think, if it's possible to see if there's some options. If not, once again, people are gonna read what it says. They're just not, they're gonna look at that logo. That's what you're trying to sell. That's the brand, right?
Yeah.
And so if they get on there, as long as they can see that under that umbrella, I don't think that's an issue.
Even this little like icon, I mean, that's not a very big icon, and just putting just the logo, not
Yeah.
trying to put any words, and
Yep,
I
it would
was like,
just be the
yeah,
logo.
I
So
can't.
I say, I
read
think
that
we're never
says
picking
Explore McCook.
with the chickens. Ooh, that was not bad. That was a bad
I mean,
one.
the only thing is the text underneath right now says McCook, and if it gets,
Yep.
whatever, but.
Well, the Explore McCook is just one phase or one part of this whole campaign. I mean, it would be branding throughout the whole community, so that's only one part of it. There's a lot more parts that can be included.
Yeah, we're just talking about just the app, and it's a
I know.
totally separate thing than this branding, it's not gonna change, I mean, it's still Explore McCook.
So we
It's not this branding.
got
That was just
a
part of
motion
it.
in a second, we probably should need to.
Okay, yep, we can vote on that, all in favor of moving ahead with this? Aye. All opposed? Okay, motion carries.
All right, Dave, thank you, I'll be in touch.
Thank you, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
You too.
Who was that gentleman?
He is the designer, so the company's name is, Secret Penguin.
Oh, okay.
And where are they out of?
I don't know,
Lincoln.
where'd you,
Thank Lincoln.
yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, Dave Nelson.
Okay, sponsorship request is next up on the agenda.
Welcome.
I'm Karen Warner, here representing the McCook Rebels Firecracker Classic softball tournament. It's a 2-day tournament. This year it's gonna be held, June 27th and 28th at JC. It's a long-standing tradition in McCook. It's taken place almost 20 years now. It used to be called the State Prep Tournament. We have age divisions, 12U, 14U, and high school. They bring together quite a few teams, or roughly 20 teams come and participate. Last year we had 18 teams, and 13 of those came out of town. Over the years, we've had people come from Colorado, Kansas, and Nebraska to take part.
So what does sponsorship look like on that? What are the options?
So this is something that, the board will have to kind of revisit too. I've never been part of sponsorship. I have seen in the past minutes that it was anywhere from $500 to $1,000. And so it's really up to looking at the budget and knowing that the fiscal year ends in June. It's really up to you guys. I just invited Karen to come because it's a big deal to have that many out-of-town teams. And so I think that's, in the past couple of years, from what I've been going through with the minutes, it looks like we've only sponsored events up at the fairgrounds. And so this is just one of those opportunities, not only will the, tournament be going on, but we have the car show going on, we have Bash on the Bricks. So there's a lot going on that weekend, and so I think the more we have, the better, so.
From the ones that I've seen, they usually say like what's included for a certain amount, and like if they're gonna display our logo somewhere or something. I mean, that's just what I was wondering, I guess, is what all that would include, if you had any ideas.
Yeah,
We could come up with some
definitely.
ideas, is that?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm kind of new to this, this is only my second year kind of in this kind of position.
Is there a specific request or some specific things that you are hoping to be able to utilize some of the funds for?
Well, some ideas that, I've talked to Lance and Denise Gelling, because they've kind of been a part of it for a long time. In the past, I think there's been, like gift bags that can go to the players, you know, with different items or, flyers, et cetera. And an idea that was brought up was like a bag tag. This came from Broken Bow, had a QR code on the back. I don't know if you guys wanna look at it, but, and it had a business on there, you could scan, you know, for coffee.
Could be an idea.
And all the girls, you know, would get that tag and put it on their bag and,
This is another one that Lance brought in when he came to visit last week. This is from Branson, but it's a QR code. And so, I've been kind of brainstorming and getting some price ideas, for the app. And maybe doing slap bracelets, because kids would love those, just kind of look at the cost effective, what that would be. And we also have all of the coolers, that Carol had bought last year that we can, load up. We don't have to give one to every player, that way we have enough. But we could give them, like maybe fill up one cooler per team, something like that too.
And correct me if I'm wrong, these bag tags will live on those bags for 10 years,
yes,
right?
exactly, yes, they collect them.
It's like a little, hey, I went to this tournament type thing or whatever.
Yeah.
Or even the, website too, we could do a couple, so it had everything.
That would be good,
Yep.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, those bag tags are collectible. I love those things.
So we're not making any kind of a commitment at at this time, is that what you're saying? We're just discussing this and then we'll,
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And then Karen will, get us kind of a breakdown of what we need, and, I did explain to her that we would have something like a flag or a banner to be hung up there too, so.
Here
Yeah.
is something.
Here.
I like it.
Here is a tournament.
Here, we love sports.
There you go. Nice.
That's another thing that I've talked to quite a few, teams and stuff, trying to, you know, help them, know about the tournament and stuff, and I told them about the new ball complex, cause a lot of them don't know that we're getting one.
Yes.
I was surprised that how few people knew.
Wowzers.
Yeah.
I don't want to go down a rabbit hole real quick, but once that is up, what can you see the numbers of teams showing up when we get the new facilities? Just guess.
Nate said that one tournament will host about 52 teams. And so, the problem is right now, we don't have enough hotels. And so you don't wanna promote the heck out of it, because you don't want them to come and have a bad experience. So once we get the hotels and the lodging needs met, then we'll be really promoting it. But, yeah, and just kind of a side note, on March 11th, so next Wednesday at 4, is a rolling out of the turf, ceremony, kind of. And the public is welcome to come to that. I know Veronica on Friday, she went out and took a tour of it, and one field is just basically done with the turf. They have almost a second field, and they're just ready to go. We have the nice weather, and so they have a special team that comes in, and, who knows how much we'll buy. I'm like, I hope there's a field to be turfed next week, so you never know. So, but yeah, just kind of a side note there.
Thank you, Karen.
Okay, thank you. We will work to put together something.
Thank you.
Definitely want those tags.
And the next sponsorship,
Anna had came to me about possibly sponsoring McCook News Now, and I think that would be a good idea because she does have a large following, and she does promote a lot of events that are going on. And so I think contributing to her Facebook page would honestly be good. So, Anna, what should we discuss cost-wise? What are you thinking?
Okay, well, and there's two different opportunities. Currently, there is you can do monthly for $25 per month, or if you sign up for the entire year and pay annually, then it ends up being $20 per month. And that gives you a logo on the website, which is still under development, and then also just a monthly shout out in a reel, and then also a post on Facebook. It also gives, if I'm getting multiple press releases, then there's priority there, just because I get a lot of requests for shares and visits. And then there is a Premier Partner, which is $100 a month. Now that's an annual. I am currently limiting it to just 4 businesses or organizations. That's a more prominent business card type of ad on the website, which the website in December did have 1,300 unique views. That is not anywhere near where the views are at as far as Facebook, and then working towards TikTok, Instagram, Lemonade, all of those crazy ones. And then that is a weekly. One feature that I have currently is the Adopt a Pet. The Humane Society sends it basically to everybody, but I make an individual post or image for each animal, and then there would be 1 week a month you would get your logo on that. There's other opportunities. I do like the police logs. That could be sponsored. I'm avoiding doing any sponsorship on the live videos of city council, things like that, because you never know what's going to come up. And not every it could just be questionable whether or not you actually want to promote that city council or county commissioner meeting. And I'm trying to keep it very low cost, not because I don't want to make money, but because I'm trying not to take away from traditional media. And then also it's a ongoing process of experimentation with social media. Algorithms can change. And so what is working really well right now could suddenly crash, unfortunately. I've seen that with TikTok. And so that could happen with Facebook. I also question, the value. Anyone has the opportunity to do really well on Facebook. It does take time and commitment. The benefit of myself or the radio stations is that we're able to, or the Gazette, we're able to post anything and everything. Whereas tourism, you have to just post tourism, which there's a lot involved. But sometimes having the radio station or myself, or even me talking about the radio station or the radio station talking about me, having other people say things about you is different than saying it about yourself. And it gets a different type of interaction and shareability.
So we just need a motion today if you guys would like to contribute $100 a year.
Well, it's $100. Oh, well, for the $20. Yes. So that'd be.
If you want to do $1,200, or if you don't, she had brought this into Elizabeth, and so we just wanted to bring it before the board.
Well, I can see benefit in the, definitely in the community supporter. So, we could start with that and see how it goes.
And that would be $20 per month for 12 months. So
So
it would be, yeah.
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 I guess, as a portion of the discussion, I wouldn't have a problem in, the premier partner, especially in helping her launch this, I don't have a problem with that. The only thing, and maybe it makes a difference, maybe it doesn't, but just taking away from those 4 businesses that might like to be a part of that. So there would be 3 left. That's my only thought there, but,
But with the weekly social media recognition, that would be towards, so if we do the premiere using the new logo, wouldn't that do a lot for us to show the other area?
Definitely too.
I guess maybe I need to rephrase what I'm saying. You know, sometimes, part of this board is to help grow, you know, attraction to this area. And if there's an entity that's trying to do that, I don't have a problem in granting some to do some of that. So maybe if the board was interested of doing some kind of grant towards it the first year or whatever, and then maybe the community supporter or whatever, I don't know, just a thought.
Well, I kinda like when we do the logo reveal and when the logo goes live and goes out, you get into the premier partner for the month or 2, but like you said, I don't wanna take it away from other businesses that wanna get in there. But you know, when we're doing that big logo reveal and push really hard for a month or so, and then for the other month.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
She's not doing.
I'm trying not to, because I think Jesse could attest. I'm too busy trying to cover news to chase advertisers. And so this is a sponsorship opportunity. It's not meant, it's you being nice to me. It's not meant to necessarily advertise. Now, you will get visibility. But I also automatically share things from the city. So the logo is going to be on my page. The more businesses that use it, the more entities that use it. But it's more of a commitment type of thing. So like Jesse said, as far as launching, if you wanted to assist in launching me further, that would be the $100 a month situation. The logo is perfectly fine, either one, but it's not going to be typical advertising. Because I'm not changing it through a year. Like if Wagner's did it, I wouldn't change the car on the picture every month because I don't have the capacity to do that for everybody.
Okay. Well, I would make a motion that we do the community supporter in the amount of $240. Is there any discussion?
Do you have any premier partners right now?
No. I would probably put you in kind as the premier partner until I get premier partners, but that would not be here nor there.
I'll second here. That was you made a motion to do, yeah, I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed?
Nay.
Okay, motion carries with 1 opposed.
I would have made a motion for the premier partner.
Okay, duly noted. I guess do we need to do anything other than that? That's just motion carried, we're moving on to the next one, okay. Okay, so financial status, the balance in the promotion fund as of February 28th, 2026 is $63,828.76. Balance in improvement fund as of the same date, $125.15 and 10 cents. Balance in promotion fund budget, $95,498.17, and in the improvement fund budget is $151,252 even. Petty cash fund balance is $3604.
But of that 151.50 that's spoken for, is that correct? Or
I believe I don't think that's been taken out. I think, because that's noted on the backside, that the improvement grant pledge total of $50,000 thousand, so I believe it's still in,
I didn't know where we already,
I'm not sure
spend
whether
it
it's in
in
the
a sense,
fund budget or the actual fund.
Guess we can ask her when she comes back.
Yeah, I would guess since it's higher by about that much, that maybe that's where it's at, but yeah, we'll ask her when she comes back in. Okay. Other than that question, let's move to the approval of claims. Do we have to approve the financial status? We don't, do we? Okay. Approval of claims, following were submitted for payment. The promotion fund, there was the visa statement of $75.24. The late fee of $2, Nebraska Tourism was $2.50. These are all things that we talked about at the last meeting too. So Cook Gazette, public meeting notice of $18.40, flagship publication $6.15, and then rent for $18.60, phone and internet for $3.60, honor band IT for $50, for the service plan, and then for the service $200, and then Elizabeth's new photo headshot would be $100. And then we still have that mailing marketing on hold. So it's just kind of duly noted as of right this moment. So the amount would be $35.30 and $64 if I would have a motion to approve the payment for those expenses.
Is rent the same then, as it's been, or is that an increase?
It's about the same, just because we're not paying for the storage downstairs.
Gotcha.
The actual rent for the office increased because it hasn't changed over years.
Okay.
And so, I think 2018 was the last time that it was adjusted. And so Elizabeth signed a new lease, that started in January 1st, and so with the EDC. So that rent is, or that, the rent or the invoice for the EDC is rent from January to June. And that includes the phone and the internet. Anything else would be, if we wanted to rent any of the event space, that would be on top of it. And then the mailbox is also included, so we will no longer be paying the post office for a PO box once that expires in June. So all of the mail will be downstairs as well. So, and that also includes, the EDC hires somebody to come in and clean the offices, so that's included in that too.
Included too.
Yep.
$310 a month is pretty good for that. If, so do we have to rent like this space? Or
Nope.
is it's all included?
That's included, this room and boardroom's included, but if the lobby area, if it's an event outside of
Okay, yep.
our meetings, then yes, so.
Okay.
So I'll make a motion to approve the claims.
I will second that motion. Do we have any discussion, other discussion? Okay, all approved?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? All in favor? All approved, all.
I do have a question now that you're back in the room.
Yes.
151 improvement amount, that has that 50,000 out of it, or is that,
It does not have it out of it.
Okay.
so we really have 101 to deal with? Okay.
Is it
I
possible,
never remember that.
is it possible to list that there?
Yes,
Okay.
and this is still coming, Carol Collicott is still working on putting everything in QuickBooks. So QuickBooks will explain that, but this is just from the county treasurer and county clerk's office, so.
Nice.
Okay. Good to know. Okay, so that passed. So let's go to the claim summary for the improvement fund. And that would just be both of their wages.
All right, we have to approve.
$559. Okay,
Second.
Jesse seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carried. We did not have any facility rental grant pledges, and we've already discussed the Heritage Hills Golf Course. Have we talked about, has anybody gotten a hold of, Ron Free to maybe come back in and,
He's still in Arizona.
oh, he's still gone, okay.
Yeah, but they're waiting on insurance company is what he told me in
Still?
January. Yeah, they're wanting to replace the roof, and there was, onions and, but yeah, they hope to get started. The email sounded like they're going to be until late summer.
Okay.
Last I talked to them, but that was January.
Okay. Okay, we'll move on to the director's report.
Okay. Well, you guys all have a copy of the director's report, but I have like a summary, so I don't have to, read it all, or I could, if you prefer.
Summer's fine.
Summer's fine,
Okay.
yeah.
So over the past month, I focused on our marketing efforts, updating tourism resources, and expanding visibility, and building stronger partnerships throughout the community to increase awareness of Red Willow County. A big priority of mine would be, and I want to get your guys' input on this too, would be getting an Instagram and TikTok page, which I think it is better engaged to younger generations, especially people my age group. And I think it's just really easy to just kind of scroll on TikTok, and then like you get like this TikTok, and it's like, oh, a rainy day in a small southwest town, and you're like, what is this? And it's McCook, or it's Indianola, or like
That's a great idea.
you go to like a cafe.
Especially with the
Yeah.
new brand.
And so I think it'd be a good opportunity for us to start an Instagram and a TikTok page, and maybe for further discussion, what we call that too. Would it be here in McCook, or are we thinking more here in Red Willow County? And I could include everyone, or I could do here in McCook, or do like hashtag Red Willow County. And so, because like I said, I want to be inclusive to everyone in Red Willow County too. So I would like that
Just-
up for discussion.
Just a quick thought on that, when you create that, just make sure there's a secondary person, cause a lot of times, if something is created and it's only that person that has access to it, something happens to that person, we're locked out of it, so,
Yeah.
just as you're creating it, make sure there's access for the
Gotcha.
person, so.
Gotcha. Yeah. Probably have that secondary person be Sarah. So.
I'm kinda smiling because I'm going through that with the chamber, so.
Yeah, yeah, it's a thing.
So we have to get a new email address when it changes to director at Ms. McCook, and
Yeah,
that
I will be
have
able
that
to
email will be
open all
on
those
those
accounts.
Yeah.
Yes. And then also I am recommending hiring Landon Kamoff for some videography services. If you guys have ever seen his TikToks, like he's done a few videos, I know for Sarah, for Bash on the Bricks, Third Thursdays, and he did this amazing fair one. And so I think he'd be great, and he's great help too.
I think that's super.
And also it's hiring local and
Yeah.
encouraging him to come back too.
He does a good job, yes.
Yeah. And so we will probably further discuss that when more events come up, and kind of pricing and stuff like that too. And then I also gained access to visitnebraska.com, and a lot of the listings were very outdated by 2 years. So to improve our visibility in state level, I have been going through, I need to reach out to some businesses and see what photos they're wanting to use for Visit Nebraska, but I've gotten a few things approved, a few things deleted, and just kind of, we're working towards that. And then also, Sarah and I attended the tourism conference, where we learned about new marketing trends, AI tools, and social media strategies that I'm excited to start using.
.com or visit McCook?
VisitNebraska.com.
Okay.
Yes. And then this month, I've been attending chamber meetings and other collaborative meetings like the EDC. And so that way tourism is represented, tourism in Red Willow County is represented and aligned with community partners. And then Sarah and I also have been working on the McCook app and enhancing visibility at the Amtrak station and the Ben Nelson Airport. And then also in our claim summary for, under Amazon, we installed a new coffee cart at the airport. And we plan on, I'm working on a video right now, and we plan on putting in my TV that tourism has and putting it over there at the airport and streaming like a video.
Great idea.
Oh, that's a good idea, yeah.
And so,
I saw the coffee deal, looks nice.
yeah, it looks really
Is that video going to have audio with it, or is it just gonna be straight
just like
video?
a video,
Okay.
yeah. And then, yeah, just to improve the visitor experience. And then my focus remains on strengthening our digital presence, enhancing visitor touch points, and ensuring McCook and Red Willow County stay on top of the mind for people considering visiting Southwest Nebraska. So I will continue working forward towards that, and yeah, I'm excited.
Nice job.
Yes, wonderful. We have a meeting in here in 9 minutes, so those of you who are not on the executive